Hello Gemini and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a reading for the end of December 2022, kind of moving into the new year, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future. The way that I typically do my readings is I don't really say whether it's love or career, just kind of, they are general readings, so I try not to get too specific. But I will say this week, they've definitely been geared towards love. I mean, the messages have been clear that these are definitely love readings. So that's potentially what this is, but I do recommend taking the messages as they resonate for you. There will be an extended at the end of this reading. If you didn't follow my channel last week, that might seem a little silly because I did just kind of start my channel about 3 weeks ago. I used to have a tarot channel in the past that I got rid of a couple of years ago, so I'm currently in the rebuilding phase, just kind of trying to get back to where I was. So we are going to jump in. I have a tarot deck that will jump in and clarifying cards if needed. All right. Reset past, you have communication is key with the Page of Pentacles. This reading, I can tell you right now, is about speaking your truth to some extent. Speaking up, saying what you need to say. I even hear that song, like, say what you need to say. I think it was John Mayer. In my throat chakra. My throat chakra got really, really tight when I started pre-shuffling these cards. So this is definitely about some sort of, because the way I read this with your recent past is there's an opportunity for you, a potential opportunity. It's not necessarily, it hasn't been materialized yet, but the possibility of it is there, and there's some sort of communication needed. I'm not quite sure what that is yet. We will see when we jump in. Now in this one, you have don't let pride get in your way with the 9 of Cups. Whenever I pulled these clarifying cards, the 9 of Pentacles actually also came out. But I do only take one card, and I took the one I saw first, which was the 9 of Cups. The way I see this is there's a level of pride that could potentially get in your way of what you both want in terms of emotional and material fulfillment. So it's like I'm getting this energy of like needing to say what you need to say in order to get what you want to get. But I do feel like whatever it is that you want to say is very outside of your comfort zone, because you do have in your immediate future meditate and contemplate with the 3 of Wands. So to me, the 3 of Wands is like this need to kind of step out of your comfort zone, but like a waiting period before you do. And that makes sense with the meditate and contemplate card, like a need to kind of like, I don't know, figure out what it is you want to say, you need to say, how you're going to say it. But something about communication for sure. Let's go ahead and dive in. Let's look at your recent past. Recent past for Gemini. You have the Sun with the 7 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, there's something that... See, the 7 of Swords in reverse to me. Okay, and then you have the Moon behind it. Oh, ooh, interesting. Okay. So to me, it's like there's a little bit of deception going on here. Some game playing for sure. But I also feel like it's like the way that I'm reading this is your Sun is being blocked by some deception that is coming from a place of fear, and essentially a place of fear of loss. So maybe you're fearing speaking up for yourself in terms of saying what it is you deserve or what's been bothering you, or even just saying how you feel in general. But what I see is there's like this, with the 7 of Swords in reverse, there's like something that needs to come to light. But that's going to provide you with the Sun here. But I want to actually take this one. Something that needs to come to light, something that needs to be said, something that needs to be uncovered. I'm not exactly sure if that's you or someone else, but I feel like it's your energy. Recent past for Gemini, and maybe you think it's somebody else. Maybe you're like, well, they need to say, there's that 3 of Wands in reverse. Okay, yeah. This is the same 3 of Wands we have right here. This is like that, like taking steps out of your comfort zone, the need to. This is like refusal to, almost, because you have it in reverse. And then you have the Fool in reverse here, which to me is like a new beginning that's available for you, kind of similar to this Page of Pentacles. Like whatever this is that needs to materialize, it is a new beginning, but it's with it being in reverse, it's like one that you're not quite ready for. And then you have the King of Cups in reverse on the bottom, which is some sort of manipulation going on. This is interesting because I don't necessarily know if that manipulation is coming from you or someone else. I feel like it's a little bit of both. there's no clarity on how somebody feels here. And I feel like that goes both ways if you are dealing with a connection. I mean, there's a lot of fear of heartbreak here. You have the Emperor, the Queen of Cups, the Three of Swords, and then the Ten of Wands. So it's like there's a fear of speaking up about something, but it's coming from a place of pride. It's like you're prideful about something. And that could be like well, I'm not going to say something, like they need to say something first. And maybe that within itself is what's keeping you blocked. Recent past for Gemini. Yeah, my throat chakra is super tight in this one. There's that Queen of Cups. I just saw these cards. I just mentioned them. It's Queen of Cups in reverse with the Three of Swords in reverse. I understand. There's some forgiveness needed here. And you, Gemini, are being a little bit stingy with it, with some forgiveness. It's like you feel like someone needs to earn it, or I don't know, there's kind of a prideful energy about this. Now, who knows what happened, right? Like, I'm not going to say, do what you want. This isn't me saying you need to do anything, but from this energy, there's some resentment that's actually blocking. It's creating a burden, because you have the Ten of Wands again. So there's creating a burden of some sort. With the Queen of Cups in reverse, you're not able to, your mental clarity is lacking because your emotions are running the show, essentially, is what I'm saying. And that is never a good thing, because it's not really a balance between your head and your heart. It's allowing your emotions to dictate your actions. And your emotions aren't a truth. Now, that doesn't mean they're not valid. Usually when we are in the Queen of Cups in reverse, like emotionally overwhelmed kind of energy, it's coming from a place of fear of getting hurt, for sure. But it's also a place of just being triggered. Like, you're in a triggered state. And so instead of saying, this person needs to fix my triggered state, saying, why am I being triggered? What part of my past or what part of the situation is being triggered right now? What do I need to heal? Because the Three of Swords in reverse, yes, it's a card of forgiveness, but it's also a card of healing, of needing to, release resentment or release, because with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, you are not getting back what you're putting into a situation. Your energy isn't being reciprocated. And I feel like to a certain extent that's created some resentment here. And so the way that I'm reading this is either you need to speak up about your needs, which I really feel might be it. But it's almost like you like want to come across as someone who doesn't have needs, or like you don't need that much, or like it makes you feel weak speaking up about what you need, because like maybe then they won't like you as much, or that'll create issues, or whatever the case is. And if it does, then that's just proof that that person isn't meant for you. You know, I've been in relationships before where you can't speak up about what you need. And if someone is telling you that your needs and desires are too much, then they're not enough for you. If you're too much to someone, then they're not enough for you. Okay, current energy for Gemini. Because there's like a pride, but like with the... It's like a pride that's blocking you from what it is that you want, ultimately. Okay, current energy for Gemini. There's that Six of Pentacles in reverse. Communication, it's like, okay. You're waiting on someone else to speak up first. But instead of being in an energy of saying, if this person doesn't come right, that I'm moving forward, you're literally holding on to some energy and saying I don't want to call it an obsession, because that's not a fair word, but like dwelling on this person coming forward with something, with an apology or with something. But what you don't realize is you're actually blocking your own blessings. You're blocking your own manifestations, because you're not healing during this time. You're waiting on someone else to heal you. And that's the biggest thing, right? When we're in a situation, say, where there's a breakup or where there's a separation or whatever the case might be, we then have a tendency to put so much of our power into someone else's hands, saying, when they come back, then I'll feel healed, loved, valid, whatever the case is. And it's like, you don't need, first and foremost, you don't need an apology to heal. But I feel like this is also about you just speaking up about your needs in general. It's almost like if you don't speak up about what you need, you're not going to get what you want. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing in this reading. But there's this level of pride that says like, oh, well, I don't want to be, like, maybe you don't want to come across as too needy. I think that's what it is. Like, you don't want to come across as too needy, but speaking up about what you need and want is never being needy. It's being honest. And the right person for you will listen to your expression of needs with nothing but love and willingness. Two of Pentacles in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and the Eight of Swords. So you're moving forward right now in a place of limiting beliefs. You know, this Eight of Swords in reverse, you have it upright, but in reverse is my favorite card in tarot because it talks about, you know, releasing yourself from what keeps you trapped in your mind, which keeps you from being able to manifest. Your belief system is what you manifest. So when you are stuck in limiting beliefs, well, you're manifesting, you know, a limited experience. And what I see here, because with the Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse, is there's this lack, there's a lack of balance in some sort of situation. There's more give than take or vice versa. And with the Ace of Wands in reverse, there's almost like a complete lack of passion in this situation because of the fact that someone's needs aren't being met. So things are moving forward in a connection, in a situation, but they're not moving forward from a place of feeling fulfilled and happy. They're moving forward from a place of like people pleasing, almost like trying to make someone else happy, choosing somebody else over you, saying, well, or like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like choosing somebody else's needs over your own, which is never going to make you happy or fulfilled. It's going to keep you pretty trapped in an energy of lack, actually. All right, current energy here for Gemini. The Knight of Cups. There's a need. There's like to me, this is like you needing to come forward with a message. Because there's the King of Pentacles. So it's like there's a need for you to create your own stability within a situation. You're waiting on someone else to be able to read your mind about your needs. That's what this is coming down to. You're expecting someone else to know what it is you need without speaking up about it. You're needing to come forward with a message here, because behind that is the Seven of Wands in reverse. That's self-doubt. You're doubting something in this situation. You're doubting yourself in this situation. And there's the Knight of Wands in reverse. That's like a lack of vulnerability, a need to be vulnerable, a need to step up and, but being vulnerable is super out of your comfort zone. So let's see. What's your immediate future hold here, Gemini? Immediate future for Gemini. Interesting. Okay. So here's the thing. This opportunity is meant for you. This Page of Pentacles. Because you have the same Page of Pentacles as here, but it's in reverse in your immediate future with the Two of Swords. So there's like, it's like you're at a crossroads in your immediate future. And that's why you have meditate and contemplate, because you need to drop this burden you need to drop the burden of feeling like a burden. That's the biggest thing. You feel like you are a burden when you speak up about your wants and needs. And there's a need here to figure out, first and foremost, where that comes from. What part of your past is being triggered when you feel your needs aren't being met? And have you been silenced in the past? Has somebody made you feel like you are not capable of speaking up about what you want and need? Because in your immediate future, this Page of Pentacles in reverse is the same opportunity, right? Communication is key for this situation. Your pride is blocking your Nine of Cups and your Nine of Pentacles. But then you have the same situation, the same Page of Pentacles, the same opportunity, but it's in reverse. This is one that you're not quite ready for. And it comes down until you drop this burden of feeling like a burden. And if somebody is not willing to listen to you when you speak about your needs, and that right there is a telltale sign that somebody is not meant to be with you. Because trust me on this, the right person for you will listen to what it is you need and will be open to having at least a conversation about it. They won't get defensive. All right, immediate future here for Gemini. Eight of Cups with the Chariot in reverse, and there's the Ace of Pentacles. This is saying exactly what I just said. If this person does not listen, and this doesn't have to just be romantic, this could be a family situation, a friend situation, like I said, take it as it resonates. But if someone doesn't listen, it's almost like a need to set a boundary. A need to stand up for yourself, a need to set a boundary. And it's almost like if someone, there's that saying that's like the people that get the most offensive or they get the most upset when you set a boundary are the people that benefit the most from you not having them. And it's almost like this is saying like the need to walk away if things don't move forward from a place of love. If someone isn't willing to listen. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. Here's that opportunity the Page of Pentacles is holding. So you have an opportunity for your stability here. You have the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Swords in reverse. It's almost like this need to like stop assuming somebody else's response and start taking action. But in your immediate future, there's a lot of contemplating. It's like contemplating what it is you're going to say or how you're going to say it, or coming to terms with the fact that you might have to walk away from something if it doesn't give you what you deserve. Now, keep in mind, these are like basic level needs in a relationship. Like, I need you to do this so that I can feel more love. This isn't like, I need you to stop hanging out with your friends and spend all your time with me. Like, that's not what this situation is talking about. These are valid needs. This isn't like a codependent neediness type of energy at all. This is actually someone who's giving a lot of themselves to someone who is not giving back. Immediate future. But for some of you though, they might not know what you need. That's one thing. Some of you are in a situation where someone's not willing. And some of you are in a situation where someone is willing but just is unaware because you haven't spoken up. And there's the Ace of Wands. The passion, the spark has been missing in this situation, but it's hiding behind this fear of loss. You have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. We talked about that. It was like you were afraid to speak up because you're afraid of losing. But this spark, this passion, it comes back when you release a fear of loss and you realize that your needs are more important than somebody else. Within reason, right? I mean, no, actually, not within reason. Your needs have to be met first. You have to feel loved and appreciated before you can make somebody else feel loved and appreciated in a genuine way. Now, you don't want to make someone else, like, it's like you're trying to make someone else feel loved and appreciated so that maybe they'll see your value or something. And that's never going to work out for you guys. You got to choose yourself in this situation. But yeah, there's a need to speak up, a need to say what's on your mind. We're going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to dive into these energies a lot deeper. My extended readings are structured towards a pay what you want /can kind of thing. There is a minimum of like 90 cents that I have to charge, that they make me charge. I'm guessing it's for platform fees or something. I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to hop on over to the extended. Thank you guys so much. I hope this reading resonated, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, Gemini.